Hello class, this is Reginald. I am doing my interview on healthcare reform. So earlier, I interviewed a healthcare professional uh, who is a co-founder and administrator of an agency called Best of the Best Home Care. It is a residential service agency that provides skilled or non-skilled nursing care in homes. The person I interviewed is a recruiter and nurse, and she's responsible for recruiting as well as the onboarding process for new hires. And she also manages the daily operations of business and scheduling, and also client complaints and organizing. So the first question that I asked her was, well, I had recently read an article from healthcare.gov that states, for plan years through 2018, if you can afford health insurance but choose not to buy it, you may pay a fee called the Individual Shared Responsibility Payment when you file your federal taxes. My question to her was, do you think it is fair for any individual to have to pay a fee for not wanting to purchase health insurance? And so she responded by saying, in my opinion, nobody should be penalized for choosing not to purchase health insurance. Now, the second question, there's a lot to do with it. I read another article by Charles Milligan, who wrote for Health Affairs, that states, on June 28, 2012, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld virtually all of the coverage provisions of the Affordable Care Act. Health insurance exchanges will move forward with advanceable tax credits provided to individuals between 138 and 400% of the federal poverty limit. Insurance companies will be barred from discriminating against individuals on the basis of health status or pre-existing conditions. Insurance carriers will follow community rating principles in the individual and small group markets to protect access to insurance. Annual and lifetime limits will be prohibited. Large employers will pay a penalty if too many of their employees abandon employer-sponsored insurance in favor of subsidized coverage in the exchange. And individuals must purchase insurance or pay a penalty unless they qualify for a hardship exemption. And that hardship can be that the person is homeless or has been a victim of domestic abuse or other type of hardships like that, where they just don't have the funds to pay for insurance. And so it says, so I said it seems here that the Affordable Care Act is limiting its power to the less fortunate, which is those 138 to 400% poverty level people, and is making good on keeping them healthy. But still, individuals must purchase insurance or pay a penalty unless they qualify for a hardship exemption. So it seems that those poverty-stricken communities are still at a disadvantage. So I asked the question, what about the very rich? If they choose not to buy health insurance because of their wealth, meaning they can use their money to go anywhere in the world to get a procedure done, or to find out if they can do something for any type of illness, should they be penalized if they don't buy into any insurance? And so the recruiter's answer to that question was, in my opinion, rich, poor, or middle class should not be penalized at all. It is their freedom of choice and should be respected by the government. Now, in conclusion, I have to say that I agree with what she says for both of these answers. I do not think the government should have the right to make its citizens choose between purchasing health care insurance and paying a penalty for not purchasing insurance. Citizens should have the right to waive insurance if they feel they don't need it or don't want to purchase it. Thank you for listening to my interview, and I hope you have a great day. I will show you my references for the articles that I read. And again, thank you very much.